Not sure why you're not achieving the things that you want. I venture to say it's because you're not. I'm going to explain why this is so crucial in our development and the steps that you can take to step out of the trap of the comfort zone and step into a life of resilience. See, I think we're kind of at a disadvantage in our day because everything seems to be centered around comfort. Instant gratification, things at our fingertips, the ability to gain and maintain wealth. And so you have a lot of factors in place that keep you focused on how to be comfortable, how to find that life of peace and comfort. And I'm not going to say that those things are bad. I want to be really careful with how I explain this. Comfort is good. We all strive for comfort. Comfort is kind of an emotional state of, achievement. But what's not good is the comfort zone. This is where a lot of people find themselves trapped, not moving forward, not gaining any more momentum. You hear these stories of these popular, influential people that have attained this high success in their life, and then all of a sudden, the world stops for them. Like, you don't hear about them anymore. Nothing new happens. They got to a level, and now they're stuck at that level. The needle's not moving anymore because they fell into the comfort zone in search of comfort. So we have to be careful with this. And I'm going to explain to you what you can do to not fall into this trap. And it is quite simple in theory and concept when you think about it, but kind of, and I'm going to use this word, pun intended, challenging. But that's what it should be. It should be challenging. See, when we get stuck in that comfort zone, when we get stuck in that ability to, or inability to move forward, I'd venture to say it's because of lack of challenge in your life. Like, you just almost forgotten what it's like to push yourself because you feel like you've attained something, or you feel like that's beyond attainability, whatever it may be for you. But that's why you feel stuck. That's why you feel like life is just passing by. Time is going fast. And deep down, you don't like it. Deep down, you question, is there more than this? Is there a different purpose that I could have set out to attain? Right? These questions, they arise because our soul knows that we're not to be just at rest. Like, God purposed us to achieve, to renew every day, be different, change. And so when we're not doing that, we're not growing. And when we're not growing, then we lose sight of who we are. We lose sight of purpose. We lose sight of success. We lose sight of so many different things. And so if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you're just stuck in the hamster wheel going round and round and round, I would tell you, you need to challenge yourself. You need to step out and do something different. You need to make the decisions to learn something new, to grow, to engage in an activity to become better. There's a story about this girl, phenomenal violinist, like, and she's young. She's like 11 or 12 years old. Well, she just hadn't been performing much, and her parents were a little concerned about what was going on. And so they called in this coach to sit with her and kind of figure out what's going on, and why she really didn't seem to have that fire anymore. I mean, she was good. She was a musical prodigy. And so the coach comes in, sits down with her, and just says, how are you feeling? Like, what's going on? And the little girl said, I'm bored. And the parents are there, and they're just astonished because they know that she has all this potential. They see it in her, and they know that she can go far with it. And so it's like just really confusing of why she would say that she's bored with it when she's that good. Well, the coach, being a good coach, thinks about it for a minute and tells the girl, says, go get your best violin. And she had many of them because she was good. She said, go get your best one, and I want you to play a certain song. And I don't know what the song was, but it was a complicated song. And he says, I want you to play it at 1.5 speed. I want you to do the song, but do it even better and faster. And see if you're even up for it. See if you can even do it. Well, the girl jumped up, kind of like a look on her face like a challenge is in place. Leaves to go get her violin. Comes back with, probably what was her best one. She knew. And she sits down, kind of huffy, puffy, like, I'm going to show you type of mentality, right? And she gets after it and pours everything into it. And the coach is just amazed. The look on his face is just sheer awe. Even the parents had never seen this level of performance from their daughter. And when she stops playing, the coach looks at her and says, you're not bored. You're just not challenging yourself enough to enjoy it anymore. And that's so true. We have those moments when we're just not feeling our optimal. We have those moments when we just feel blah. And a lot of it is because there's no challenge in place. Not striving for something different. I mean, think back to the last time that you did something difficult, right? That you pushed through it, you stayed engaged, and you finished it out. And that feeling that you got afterwards, that feeling of accomplishment, that feeling of pride, in a sense, of how you overcame something, you pushed through something, you felt like a winner. You felt successful in that moment. Well, what if you take that and attribute that to your life, to everything that's going on in your atmosphere around you, and how you go about life? If you just would pour into it more and challenge yourself more, I would venture to say that you'd become a lot more successful. You'd become a lot more confident. You'd become a lot more in tune with your purpose and who you want to be. And you'll start becoming that person. Because you're going to step out of that the comfort zone. And you're going to strive. You're going to challenge yourself. You're going to push yourself past the limits that you have put in place to hold yourself back. Let me say that again. You're going to push yourself past the limits that you put in place that hold yourself back. You put them in place, nobody else. So that's even more reason of how or why you can push past those limits, because they were set by you, nobody else. So step over those limits. Challenge yourself, push yourself. And you'll find that things will change. You'll find that you won't feel so discouraged with how your life is going. You won't feel so overwhelmed by the possibilities in front of you. No, you'll realign with purpose. You'll realign with clarity. You'll renew your confidence. That's a huge thing. Because when we can gain more confidence, then we can tackle more struggles. And then when we tackle more struggles, then we gain more confidence. It's just, that's the cycle we need to be on. Not the just hoping life gets better, wishing for things to be different. No, we got to step out, challenge ourselves, and make it different. The choice is yours. You already chose to be where you're at. So now just choose to step out of that. All right. I hope this helps you today. I hope it reignites a fire in you to challenge yourself. And the way you can do that is you can sit down and audit your day and just think, what would I like to achieve today? And how am I going to push myself to get there? And I'll make this tangible. So I'll give you an example for me. Today is going to be a hot one where I'm at. The sun's already out and it's super early in the morning, but it's supposed to get up to 100 degrees, a little bit over 100 degrees. And that's hot. I know there's places that are hotter, probably more humid too. So I'm not going to complain about it, but I know that there's going to be discomfort because building a retaining wall for my landscaping company and in the direct sunlight all day, heavy blocks, time-consuming work, I could easily just put it off, wait for another day. But no, I'm going to challenge myself to actually complete it today. And I'm going to put forth all my effort to make sure that happens. If I don't reach my goal, that's okay, because at least I know I pushed myself as far as I could to do it. But I venture to say that because I want to push myself and I want to engage in that and I want to challenge myself to do it, that I'll probably get it done. Wherever I get to, I'll feel really good about it, because that's my focus. So challenge yourself today. Challenge yourself to step into a new you. Challenge yourself to rise above the level that you're at. Don't stay there, because that's where regret comes. That's where you lose who you are. Don't do that. Okay, guys. Stay healthy, stay well, challenge yourself, and definitely subscribe. You're getting good quality out of this, and it's helping you. Please subscribe, share this with others. Like, we can all find and become the better versions of ourselves that we're seeking to attain. And I'm here to help. So, love y'all. Have a fabulous Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.